Hey guys, Gathering the Magic back again. Been working on this video for a while. Sorry for the delays. It's basically why you will never see 100x. This is not financial advice. Like I said, this is financial advice. This is just kind of going over my thoughts on why a lot of people will never see 100x in earning on their tokens that they have invested in. Now, this isn't to say that there aren't tokens that will 100x. There are definitely some. I mean, probably the most famous of all is Bitcoin, which went from a few pennies to what, over 60,000 at its peak. Basically, what this video is focusing on is how to realize gains when they hit 100%. Because what's going to happen most of the time are people are going to get into a token and the token's going to go down and they're going to get frustrated and they're going to sell at a loss, or the token will slowly go up and let's say it eventually does a 2x. You had to wait so long for that 2x, you might just sell all of it and just take your earnings and be done with it. But this is for the people that have long-term vision, that really believe in a token that can 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x. What is the best strategy for taking profits along the way and actually having enough tokens so that if a token does hit 100x, that you can really reap those rewards at the highest levels? So let's say, for an example, you buy right now SPS is, let's just round it to 3 cents. Let's just say, okay, I'm going to get into SPS. I want 1,000 of them. I'm going to buy 30 bucks worth. So I'm going to have 1,000 SPS. Now, if you wanted to realize a 100x gain, that means SPS would have to hit 3 bucks. Okay? And let's just say, for the sake of argument, SPS, it finally does hit $3 on August 12th, 2025. So 2.5 years from now, SPS hits that 3 bucks and you're ready to sell, and do you have any left? Probably not. Because what most people are going to do is when it hits 6 cents, are you going to tell me that you're not going to sell any of the 1,000? You've basically doubled your money. The token has doubled. How much of it are you going to sell? How much of it are you going to keep? Now, I think what most people do is they'd sell half of it. They would sell 500 of their SPS at 6 cents, get their original investment back. It's like, okay, I got my 30 bucks back. Everything else that I have, the 500 tokens I basically have for free. Okay, let's go. Now, the question I have is this the best move? Or is there a better way to not only get your original investment back, but have more long-term gains, doing it slightly differently? So the two things that people do is they either buy on the dips or they hodl. So buying on the dips is what we've seen basically with the SPS tokens. SPS was around 80 cents to $1 at its peak, and it's slowly gone down, down, down. Now, one of the things that you can think about when people talk about buying on the dips is dollar cost averaging, which usually is a very good idea. What some people will do is they won't buy on the dips. They'll just hold. They'll just say, hey, I bought my 1,000 at 3 cents. I'm waiting for it to hit 3 bucks. I'm not going to sell anymore. I'm not going to buy anymore. I'm just going to sit and wait. Now, the example I like to use against the idea of hodling is one of the tokens in the crypto market called Theta. Theta was a pretty popular token 2 years ago. If you're not familiar with Theta, just go to Google Theta and check out the history on it. But that was a token that for years, 2018, 19, 2020, was just a few cents. Hadn't done anything for years, just kind of flatlined. Then all of a sudden in 2021, when the crypto market started taking off, Theta shot up to around $16. Now, what happens in a bull market a lot of times is people, when they see a token go up, they think it can never go back down, or they think it's never going to go down a certain percentage of where it is now. I remember when Theta hit 16 bucks, people were like, yeah, it may correct, it may go down to 12 or 13. It's never going under $10 again. They thought it was just going to go up and up and up. Well, right now, if you look at Theta, it's about $1. And actually, it went down to, I think, as low as 60 or 70 cents. So, if you were a person that hodled, you saw your value go way up and then just come right back down, and you did not take advantage of the gains in Theta to sell, to take a little profit. and then you did not take advantage of buying the dips along the way. Because when things go down, they don't go straight down. They'll go down a certain percentage, then they'll recorrect slightly higher, then they may trend down again. So even with theta, that went from $16 to $1, there was a huge opportunity to buy and sell along the way. So for an example, when it fell from 16 to 14, there were some people that said, oh, it's just a correction, it'll go back up, and they just didn't do anything. There's other people that sold some of it at 16 and said, you know what, if it dips down, I'll buy some more back. So they sold some of it, not all, some of it at 16, and then they bought back at 13. So now theta's at 13 bucks. It had fallen from 16. It goes up a little bit. It goes back up to about 14. As soon as it went up slightly, they sold some because they were already in profit. They had bought some at 13, sold it at 14. So now when theta falls from 14 down to 11, they said, hey, I think this is another good buying opportunity. I'm going to buy a little bit more. So they bought a little bit at 11, was patient, bounced around. Once it hit 12, then they sold some, and they just kept buying and selling, even though it was trending down. They were building their bags. So basically, I think what they were doing, and I posted this months ago on a video, you can check it out if you want to, called The Power of 10%. And basically what they were doing is they were buying a certain percentage on a certain percentage price dip and then selling it. So my thoughts on this were, if you were to buy 20% on a 20% dip, and then every time it goes up 10%, sell 10% of your gain. So basically you're increasing your bag more on the way down and selling just a little bit of that on the way up. So this way you're taking a little bit of profit, and then you're using part of that profit to buy the dip. So here's a couple examples of different multipliers that people would think about selling their tokens at. So let's say we're using the example of you have 1,000 SPS tokens at 30 bucks. Now, like I said, what most people are going to do is they're going to sell half. As soon as it doubles, they're selling half. They're taking their 30 bucks. They're getting their 30 bucks back. They're back to zero. And let's say they do that every time it hits a certain multiplier. So it hits 5 times, and they're like, okay, I had 500 tokens. Hey, it's a 5x now. I'm going to sell half of that. So they sell half of that, make $37.50. And here's some interesting numbers here. And then it hits 10%. They sell half of what they originally have. They make another $37.50. Sell half at 20x, make another $37.50. It's weird how the math works out. So now they're down to 62.5 tokens. They sell half of that again. If it does a 50x, they're like, oh my goodness, it's a 50x. Holy cow. You know, I just made, another 46 bucks. So I'm up to almost 160. And then if it ever hits 100x, they're like, you know what? I'm out. I'm not going to get super greedy. It hit my $3 target. But here's the thing. They only have 31 tokens remaining out of their original 1,000. So they only have 3% of what they started with to actually hit those huge gains they were hoping for. So yeah, they made a little bit of profit. So they made 250 bucks off a $30 investment. So that's not too bad. But what if they'd done things just a little bit differently? Let's say instead of selling half at a 2x, let's say you just sell a little bit, just a fraction, just 5%. So you only made $1.50. It's like, okay, and you're still down $28.50. So now you're a little bit more patient. You wait for it to go to 5x. And you're like, okay, I'm going to sell a little bit more. I'll sell 10%. So now you've basically made about half of your original investment back. So now when it does a 10x, if you were to sell a little more, 20%, now you've made, 50 bucks, you're 37 in profit. And just keep selling a little bit more. When it hits 50x, you sell half of what you have left. Nice chunk, 350 bucks. $500 in profit. So now when it does hit 100x, you don't have 30 tokens left, you got 240. So you're going to hit a lot better gains and end up with a profit of over $1,200. Now, if you had hodled, of course you're going to make $3,000. But here's the thing. I doubt you will find anyone that's not going to sell any tokens when it does a 10x, a 20x, or a 50x. Yes, $3,000 is the maximum that you could earn if you held onto every token. No one is going to do that. And I don't think anyone really should do that, because when it hits 50x, there's no guarantee it's going to 100. There's no guarantee it's going to a 51x. So of course people are going to take profits along the way, and that's something that you have to do. But still, just selling a little bit here and there to get 1,200 out of a possible 3,000, I think is fantastic, especially when you think it's a $30 investment. But really the thing that I want to get across to you guys is staking is king. It's free tokens. I mean, we've kind of taken advantage of the SPS staking and now the GLX staking and really don't think much about it. We're like, I've got a few hundred SPS or a few thousand SPS. I'm staking. I'm just getting, 2, 3, maybe 10 or 15 SPS a day. It's not much. It's not that big of a deal. Guys, if you understand the power of getting free tokens, because here's the thing. If you do this where you're just buying a little bit and selling a little bit, part of what you were selling are the tokens that you got for free. This isn't you selling what you put your original investment in. I mean, part of it is, but also part of it is your profit just from staking. So if you can earn any amount of tokens for free staking, do it. This is going to increase your earnings even more. Because when you get to the point where you have 100x, not only do you have the tokens that you started with, you have all the tokens that you staked. So just to give you an example, in Genesis League Sports, I think I started with the free airdrop with just a couple 300 tokens. I bought, I think it was $100 of GLX when it was around 23 or 24 cents. I bought another $100 worth of it when it was 10 or 12 cents. And then I think $50 worth at 8 cents. So I put in about $250 into GLX. And I stake every day, stake every day, stake every day. The staking percentage goes down, which is understandable. It's going to do that. But from what I bought, I think all the tokens that I bought added up to about 4,000 or so GLX. Look what I have right now, 16,000. And this is just from restaking. And I've taken some out. There's been a lot of days where, I'll earn 60, 70, 80 tokens a day. I'll take half of it out, and I've been buying Forgium or I've been buying DEC. So this amount would be probably 17 or 18,000 if I had never taken any GLX out. So as you can see right now, the APR is down to 163%. But if I decide to sell some of these tokens, when it hits a 2x, a 3x, a 5x from where it is now at just under 4 cents, a lot of that is just what I got free from staking. So, and a fantastic tool, a fantastic tool for staking, and I was told this by Rick on the Mountain, so thank you very much for that. If you go to Splex GG and you go to Dashboard, there is a tool where you can restake your tokens automatically. If you go here on the left hand side, you will see tabs for renting, play automation. Go to Genesis League Goals, go to Settings. You can restake your GLX, and you can set the interval that you want to restake at. If you are a Prime member, you can restake every 15 minutes, which is fantastic. You can set the minimum balance for restaking. So if you want to have a minimum balance in your account that's not restaked, you can do that. So let's say, for example, if you want to keep 100 GLX in your account that's not restaked, you could do that. So your account will build up to 100, and then everything over that will automatically get staked. I have it set for 0. I just want everything to stake. And then this sets how much GLX be worth to stake. So GLX will only be staked if it is below this price. I just set it for $1. It's at 3 cents. So as long as it's under $1, it's just going to automatically keep restaking. So this is a fantastic tool, because what I have noticed is, let me go over to another site, Splinter Cards, their staking calculator. When I was staking once or twice a day, my daily rewards for GLX was going down, which is understandable because the APR was going down, and I was only staking twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. Now that I am staking every hour, let's see, right now I'm at, let's say, 153. My amount was not going down as much In fact, I think it was slightly trending higher. So I'm at 72.373. See if it updates and show. It's going to be a very, very slight difference. But when I did this earlier, yep, so it slightly ticked down. But what I noticed is when I was restaking every hour, it wasn't going down as much. And in fact, a couple of times it was actually slightly going up. So this tool is fantastic for being able to not only stake your GLX automatically so you don't have to worry about logging on the site, but staking more frequently will keep your earnings higher per day. So once again, shout out to Rick on the Mountain for showing me that. Very appreciative. And I think that will wrap up this video. Like I said, this isn't financial advice, guys. It's just some things to think about. You know, if you're a hodler, you know, maybe you want to think about, you know, buying on the dip, selling a little bit when it goes up, buying a little bit if it dips. But not only is this a video for trying to help you guys understand how rare it is to get anything that's going to 100x. If you're serious about it and you think it will, like I think SPS will 100x. Okay, well, how can I take advantage of that? So I think part of it is don't worry about selling and getting your initial investment back right away. Sell in smaller increments on the way up. And the main thing is staking. Stake as much SPS as you can get and earn as much SPS as you can, especially while it's 3 cents. So hope this video helps you guys. Like I said, I'm like Dwayne. I'm super bullish on SPS. I think it's got a huge, huge future ahead. I'm definitely going to take some profits as it goes up. It's going to be small profits. I'm definitely going to restake as much as I can. Just to let you know, I'm probably going to unstake some of this GLX and convert it to SPS fairly soon. If we look at Hive, GLX is at just under 4 cents. SPS is just under 3. So you're actually going to get more SPS per GLX right now, which I think is fantastic. So thanks guys for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you think, what your thoughts are. Do you think SPS will 100x? Are there any tokens that you think will 100x? Are you not worried about that and just worried about getting your initial investment back and making a little bit of profit? What are your strategies on SPS, DEC, crypto in general? So thanks as always for watching. Take care. Please leave comments, and I will see you again soon with another video. Good luck. Happy staking.